Yesterday, I hung out with Olympic gymnast Elena Piscun and her girls at the Northwind Gymnastics Center, where I learned that my height just might keep me from being the next Olympic gymnast. That and my fear of squeezing into one of those leotards. Thankfully, the girls there were much braver than me and did some fabulous routines. Last night, I sat down with high school gymnastics coach Kara Williamson to review the footage and see what judges are looking for when they watch Olympians compete on the uneven bars and vault. And now we've got Miss Caroline up first.
My name's Caroline Carter. I'm 8 years old, and I'm going to do free hip giants.
Here Caroline starts with the glide kip. She's done cast straddle into a handstand with a half pirouette into a kip. Now she's going into a long hang kip, again casting into a straddle, free hip circle, giant swing. Again, we're looking for a good handstand at the top of each swing. And she's landed with a layout flyaway.
And now we've got Miss Ashley.
My name's Ashley Smith. I'm 9, and I'm going to do half pirouette and free hip giant.
Ashley saluting the judge.
Do you do that in
You start every routine with a salute to the judge and finish. She's done a kip, cast to a handstand, half pirouette, kip, long hang kip, cast to a handstand. She's in a free hip circle and just under-rotated a little bit and had to come off. So here in a competition you would have between 30 seconds and a minute to start the routine up again.
And how is that going to be judged?
You'll typically get half of a point deducted, and depending on where you fell, again, if you've completed the skill enough, you might get credit for it. But if you didn't get enough through it, then the skill wouldn't count. You would probably want to try it again.
Well, Miss Ashley decides to try it again.
She's going to start back right where she left off, casting to a squat on the low bar. And now she's going long hang kip, cast straddle, free hip circle. She's done one giant swing. There's the second. And a layout flyaway. Beautifully stuck landing.
That one. Absolutely. Okay, here we've got Riley.
My name's Riley Racine. I'm 11, and I'm going to do a pirouette, free hip giants, and a double back.
They deduct points if you don't salute the judges, or is that
They do. Typically you'll get a 1/10 of a point off for not saluting either at the beginning or the end of your routine. She's doing a kip, cast, handstand, half pirouette, kip. Now she's doing a cast squat to the low bar. Long hang kip, again cast to a straddle, free hip circle to a handstand, very well done. Giant, this is her second giant here. She's ending with a double back somersault, very beautiful and a stuck landing. Great job, Riley.
I'm Caroline Thomas. I'm 15 years old, and I'm going to do a front handspring 1.5.
We're going to be doing a front handspring actually onto the table, and then is going to block off the table and do 1.5 twists before she lands. She's got great form, a little bit over-rotated, didn't quite get around to 1.5, but still really pretty in the air.
Up next, we've got Miss Sarah.
I'm 12 years old, and I'm going to do a souk, and I just love vault.
She's going to be going front entry into the horse, but before she actually hits the vaulting table, she's going to be doing a half twist and then a back tuck off.
In Sukahara, what kind of a word is that?
Sukahara is actually named after a gymnast. If memory serves me right, he was a Japanese gymnast. So here she is. You'll see the half twist on, the back tuck off. Bit of a step, but good distance from the table.
So these girls obviously did a great job on the uneven bars and the vault routines.
Beautiful routines, yes, definitely.
And what will we be looking for in the Olympics from the judges' point of view as they move up?
As they get to the Olympic level, the vaults are obviously going to involve a lot more twists, a lot more flips. As you saw Sarah's vault, she did a Sukahara with one tuck after leaving the table. Well, we're going to see double tucks, and we're going to see multiple twists and some really, really beautiful high-level vaults. As far as the uneven bars, you're going to see a lot of release moves. We're going to see the gymnasts, as they're swinging around the bar in what we call a giant, they're actually going to release their hands from the bar, usually in a straddle position, sometimes in a pike. They're going to actually flip over the high bar and re-grasp and then move into some different other elements. There's going to be a lot more pirouettes on the bar, which is turning on your hands, usually full turns, sometimes 1.5 turns. And there's going to be some really amazing dismounts, some some double backs, but with full twists rolled in, and it's going to be some really exciting gymnastics.
We certainly do thank the girls from Northwind. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we cannot wait to be tuned in for the Olympics. And we thank you very much for watching this edition of Clubhouse Gas.